Welcome back to Friday. Tonight we speak to television actor, producer, director Mustafa, aka Andrew Muthure, who played the role of a cook in the popular TV series of Motherinlaw. His character fitted him perfectly, and this is the main reason why he was among the funny actors in the show. Let's find out about his life before the show and what Mustafa has been up to recently. The man himself. Welcome to Friday.
Thank you. It's an amazing studio.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And we're black on black, huh?
Yeah, you know, right?
Right?
Was there a memo?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah? Yeah, because, yeah, this is really amazing.
No, you're looking really nice, and happy birthday.
You too. Thank you.
Happy birthday. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah?
And thankful.
Do you think that you have accomplished a lot, or you're still at it?
There's still a lot to accomplish.
Yeah?
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Okay, we'll get back to that. So let me start by saying you pursued a degree in marketing at the Africa Nazarene University.
Yes.
Yet your passion is more towards radio and television. How was that shift, by the way? It's totally different.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah.
I did marketing because at the time when I was doing my university degree, there were very few schools that were doing communications and theater. So what was the next creative degree that I'd do? So at some point I thought I'd get into advertising. But I started, I think my first public performance was, I think I was about 9 years old. And that was church musicals and concerts. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. So that's what I like. I mean, it's a passion. It's something that's in you. And I always believe your calling is attached to your passion.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And before joining the Motherinlaw TV series, of course, you worked for a popular radio station as well as comedy at Phoenix.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, especially theater.
Yeah.
I understand you love theater so much.
Oh, it's
your blood.
I feel it reaches a point where you feel empty when I'm not on stage. Radio is very close to that because it's very improv and it's on one take.
Yes.
So there's no cut that, chop that will get out of it and edit. No, as it runs. So I was not a comedian. I'm an actor, and I did a lot of comedies, yes, because that's what the audience wanted. But at Phoenix, I did thrillers, I did horrors, I did quite a number of dramas. You know, that was actually what I really loved. I loved dramas and thrillers. And because Phoenix was repertoire, they were able to do different genres of theater. On the other side of Kenyatta Avenue, as they would call it, so there are those heartstrings, those festivals of creative arts, those Mbalamwezi. I worked with all of them. And that side is where all the comedies were. Yeah. Out
of curiosity, would you ever go back to radio?
I am actually back on air on Monday.
Oh,
a little scoop.
Wow! Can you? I'm sure I'm not.
Yeah.
So, where will you be? What time? What kind of show?
Right.
Are you excited?
Oh yes.
How long has it been?
Actually, I'm starting on Monday. Just did the final paperwork today.
Congratulations.
So yeah, that's Icon Radio.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. It's a beautiful station.
What is it about, Icon Radio?
Icon Radio is entertainment radio. So basically they have a lot of Kenyan music playing there. I'll be doing breakfast and I'll be doing my genre that Kenyans know me best for. And that's throwbacks. That's 90s, early 2000s and local Kenyan music from way back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Music that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still. I love the R&B. I love the rock, by the way.
Yeah.
But I definitely.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Tell us about your role on the Motherinlaw TV series.
Motherinlaw, from when trying to remember from when I started my professional acting career, Motherinlaw was role number 98. So for me, it was just another role to play. So I had a short stint in Tanzania. So that's where I got to learn Swahili. Before that, I could not, in a public space, speak a complete Swahili sentence. Like complete. Either it's mixed with Sheng or Swanglish. but Swahili straight, so that straightened me out, and I came back just by God's design. This role came up, I went to audition for it, and they're like, yeah, so the guy's going to do it. So I did that for 13 years.
And how was it playing, the cook and... Very interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Did you love your role? I'm sure you did.
Yes, I did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the role. And the only challenge was now coming to the public, people actually thought that's who I am.
Yes.
So the idioty, witty, dummy-dumb kind of character that was there, in public, people actually thought that was who I am.
Yeah.
So even the interacting and, people not taking you seriously, you're going to even a board meeting, a boardroom, and you're going to pitch, maybe you want to be a brand ambassador for something, and that
in the back of their heads.
They're like, no, this guy can't be this brilliant, So, so it would have some bit of effect, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every bit of it.
Let me take you back to the year 2020. Everyone was having a difficult time, at that time, including myself. You lost 2 jobs at that time.
Yes.
And, your wife was pregnant at that time.
Yes.
And something very interesting, you mentioned about you had friends that you thought would back you up, and they were never there for you.
I mean, you know how it is.
Of course.
In the industry. They have people clinging close to you because of what they can get from you. So they keep very close, because at some point they'd want an interview or they'd want a favor for their song to be played on air, or just in a matter of affiliation for them. So, so everyone ghosted. A lot of people ghosted. My wife had a very, very difficult pregnancy. She was bedridden the entire 9 months. So I was the one doing everything: laundry, cooking, cleaning, making sure she's okay, she's comfortable and fed, the house is clean. So it was difficult. So at that time, that was in June 2020, I was not feeling well, so I'd gone in for surgery. So I'd taken time off work. So I was not on air. So I was there for 2 weeks, and all the while, from the people that were there, and I was, this is my progress, because you have to report to someone, And they're telling you, we can't wait for you to come back, we miss you on air, you're really amazing, pona haraka urudi. But at the same time, to be candid and honest, I was being shortlisted to be on the block. So I came back. I came back from my leave early because I had rumors that people are being given letters.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me not stay for long. I'd still had my stitches on and dressing, and I went on air. And nobody told me that I wasn't supposed to. I went on air, did my show, cleared, trended, it was amazing. And the next day I'm getting a call. We need to see you in the office.
And I'm sure you had a bit of an idea of what was happening.
Actually, the tone and the kindness that I was addressed with was quite friendly, as opposed to what I had other people were being told. So I was driving to the office actually thinking that I might get a promotion. Why are they being so nice and kind?
Yeah.
So it was what we call in theater double take, so that's what happened. And it was very difficult, extremely difficult. So there was, have a baby due in August, that is June. So there, you have your little severance package. So I secured that for the procedure because she had to do CS.
Yeah.
So I just put everything away for hospital. She had insurance. She had a procedure when she was about 2 months old that cleared her entire maternity cover like that. Wow. So I had to keep that aside. Then everyone...
Yeah, the fakeness galore.
Yo.
How did that make you feel, your state of mind at that point?
It destabilized me, to be honest. But I had to be strong for my family.
Yeah.
Because you have your wife there who's not too well, can barely get out of bed. So what are you going to do? Yeah.
You have to be strong.
Yeah, so I carried on with mother-in-law for a bit. Then that December, I left. I left. Yeah.
So, from that to now, how has that journey been? Are you back in theater? First of all.
No, I keep telling my friends, why is it that you just send me posters? Which kind of guy look at?
That one.
Yeah. Well, you keep sending me posters of shows that you come and watch. I want to be on stage. I keep teasing them like that.
Yeah.
So I'd love to go back to theater. It's been a while. I think the last time I was on stage was in 2016. Yeah, that was the last show I did on stage, and I miss it.
Yeah.
To bits.
I mean, it's in your blood, so I'm sure.
It gives you something.
It does.
And I mean, I put it out there. Any person worth their salt, if you look at the people who are in the industry today, on TV and otherwise, are all people who pass through that system of theater. There's a discipline and there's an instinct that it gives you. I mean, you look at the with brothers, the late Bukeko, Jalas, Catherine Kamau, are all people who at some point, Abel Muthure, they're all people at some point who had an affiliation and an interaction with theater. It's something that it does to you. So when you come in front of cameras or in front of the mic, it's easy as pie.
But how is the state of theater, especially in Kenya? Because if you hear places like, Europe or in America, even South Africa, theater is a huge thing. It's a big thing. So how can you compare what we offer here to what they offer? Is it almost the same?
No. We had it at some point.
Okay.
And it was there. It was a culture thing, theater. Somewhere in between the reign of Moi, it was really persecuted. So what people could do was just to adapt plays from Samuel French or from Shakespeare's and stuff, which are just purely just not connected to us. And there was a culture. And then the companies that got lazy. So they'd not do difficult scripts like the thrillers and all and all. They'll do comedies and then change Manchester and call it Naivasha.
But do we have professional script writers for that?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But as I said, it's some level of shady and laziness, So you get a script that's been done, and which probably you've watched, and just replicate the blockings and change the names and change the title.
That's not original.
Yeah, so now as a theater enthusiast, if you're to go and watch a show and you pay your parking at Kenya National Theatre and you pay your ticket and it's date night, and you're watching a show and the plot is exactly the same as a show that you watched last week under a different title. So then people stopped coming to watch theater. That's exactly what happened, just tanked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, there's some efforts, a bit of lobbying going on to make the space friendly. Because also at the Kenya Cultural Center, some of the rates are quite punitive, like hiring a hall to perform, hiring rehearsal space. It actually makes no business sense. So there's a bit of lobbying that's going on now with the current directors, and we hope that something good will come out of that. Yeah.
And people say that acting cannot be a job to fully rely on in Kenya, or it is hard to maintain a lifestyle on an actor's pay in Kenya. Your thoughts?
Lifestyle.
Let's start with lifestyle.
Yeah, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. I mean, this is not Hollywood. It isn't.
But we can be Hollywood if we want.
We can, but Kenyans, we don't support our own stuff, to be honest. We're not like Nigeria, which is now, I think, the largest film industry in the world. It's past Hollywood. They have numbers and they believe in each other. In Kenya, that can't happen. Never going to happen. So, okay, may happen, but it's not there. So don't believe the hype. Do your gig and try and live within your means. Don't get caught in the IG and social media trap, because then you'll get into debt and then you'll not be able to service that debt, or you'll not be able to invest. Then what happens? Things just go south. And don't believe the hype. Acting can pay. There are people who are getting quite some good chunk of change of acting, especially now with DSTV, Maisha Magic and all those guys who actually set up an entire production studio. Yeah, so now there are few telenovelas that are on, so people are getting some good constant pay. Yeah.
And how much roughly, if you don't mind me asking, if you know, how much do you think that good pay is per episode? Roughly. Roughly.
People don't do per episode anymore.
Okay.
I think Motherinlaw, Citizen Programs, I think they're the ones who do.
They used to pay per episode.
I think it stopped. Even some of the new series is across board.
Okay.
It's per month.
Oh, it's monthly now.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're given this amount of money, and you're supposed to be on call. So if you're your major character, you're there every single day, and you work for every single coin.
Day and night, I'm sure.
Day and early in the morning, you're on set by around 5:30, 6. You leave at around 8, 9 p.m. And that's every day, Monday to Saturday. So there are people who are getting some chums out of it. Yeah.
So if there's a young actor looking at you right now, what would you tell him? Maybe he's in university and his passion is in acting. What would you tell him?
Follow your passion. Follow your passion and keep at it, and don't get tired. Don't come into the industry expecting that
You'll drive a Maybach.
I don't drive a
time.
Maybach. There's no actor who drives a Maybach. But don't come into the industry expecting that you'll do your first audition and get your first job. I got my first extra in a commercial, and that was in 2001. I got my first extra in a commercial after doing 50 auditions.
But also for you, it wasn't easy. Tell us about that journey.
We didn't have social media. There's nothing like Facebook. There's nothing like Twitter when we started. So everything was going out, handing out flyers, putting up posters. You understand? You have to go and beg a newspaper writer to come and review your show. It was hard work. There were no cell phones by then. When I was starting off, there were very few people who had cell phones. So even communication, it's either your Muthure booth, your neighbor's phone, or you're doomed. So you have to be found somewhere or another.
Yeah.
You have to use a relative's post office box to receive
And how
response.
long did that take for you to actually be like, wow, I got a job, I got a radio job? How long did you have to, to hustle?
Sure. I did 12 years. I did 12 years of actually knocking on doors. So what I ended up getting a lot was voiceover performances, like now commercials and things, which was not sustainable. So the first gig I got, I'll not say which station it was, but I did a full year, and I was grateful for it because I got to do some more voiceovers jobs there, and I was not a single shilling, so I'd get myself there on Saturday mornings, and then at night they had a Swahili station, and I'd do 12 to 4 a.m. every single night, and then get up in the morning by around 6:30 and go and shoot Motherinlaw.
For 1 year?
Yeah, for 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to pay the price.
Wow.
You have to pay the price.
And what about your degree? You never did marketing at one point?
No, never touched it. I use it now for, like, if I have an engagement or maybe someone, even doing my own stuff, putting myself out there, some of the corporate language that's needed. So I'd be able to push myself on that front.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Do you ever see yourself opening a production studio in the near future?
Most definitely. I've been not this size, probably bigger. Yeah. But you start somewhere. So I have a small setup at home where I do now my voiceovers and send over wherever, South Africa, where. So that's where I do it, and it's online work. So you go there, audition, send. They need it done. You record it, clean it. Package it, send it, and get your jobs. So I have a little...
Yeah, your little corner somewhere. Yeah.
Production.
Production, that one.
Yeah.
What is Andrew like doing for fun, by the way? Apart from the acting and the voice, so, voiceovers
Is
and
it
stuff.
I can't say it.
Oh, come on. Do you like...
No, anyway, I like hanging out with my family. My wife and my little daughter, they are my ride or die. I mean, for days. So, movies, series, cold one, and hang out with them, seeing her enjoying her juice. Mama is enjoying her wine. And I have my little gin there. and listen to music, or we'd go out for a long drive, park somewhere, pack food, do picnicking. Yeah.
Any sports, traveling,
I
mentoring? Do you mentor young actors, young kids who want to do theater, or you're kind
If
of
approached, I would. If approached, I would.
Okay.
But no one has really come through to ask me that. So, but the people who ask, of course, advice. Hey, hapa naeza fanyaje? I do that. But yeah, so I love traveling. I travel as much as I can, as often as I can. So that is also something I really enjoy. Sports, I love watching rugby. Rugby is my sport. I do not. Yeah, I can't stand football.
Really?
No,
So what about the World Cup?
Are
you excited about it, by the way?
No, when it comes to those huge events like the World Cup, those ones I watch like now from quarterfinals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when all the other guys have been, the Garagarias have been thrown out.
When Germany's in the
Yeah.
quarterfinals this year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Also,
I'm a German fan.
So for argument's sake, I love Brazil because I love the way they play.
Okay.
And Spain. So most of the times I'm caught between the two. Yeah, but I don't have my heart invested that I'll go into depression if, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or this EPL, no, I don't. Yeah. I love watching a game that I can play because I used to play rugby way back then. So it's a sport I understand and I enjoy.
What is your advice to upcoming actors who look up to you? The do's and don'ts, of course.
Say, don't believe the hype. Never give up. Yeah. Never ever believe in the hype. No matter, even though you do one episode, don't think you're a star because of that one episode. Keep working. Have a goal in sight. If your goal in sight is the Oscars, keep it there. And make sure you do everything in your power. Every step that you make is taking you towards that goal.
Fantastic. There's something that's running through my mind. You mentioned about Nollywood being at the top now. What is it that we can do as Kenyans to be at par with them? Like, what is it that we're not doing enough? Because like you said, Nigeria, even on Netflix, their movies are everywhere.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
We are coming up, yes. But what is it that we really need for us to be at the top?
First of all, you must understand that Nollywood is one of the major country's exports. So the legislation favors the environment for creatives to thrive.
Okay.
So one thing is we need robust legislature that would help us thrive as creatives. You have the Kenya Cultural Center, which is under the Ministry of Arts, Sports and Culture.
Yes.
And 80%, 90% of that budget goes to sports. So under culture, you have painters, you have sculptors, you have musicians, you have actors. So something more needs to be done. Another thing, because I cannot point much to quality, because in terms of production quality, we are somewhere there with South Africa, as in we are top. The reason why Nollywood is making it is because of legislation and the audience actually supports them. So they have a market of 150 million plus. So if you release one movie and they're very Niger-centric, you get, so if you release a movie, there's a movie being released, I think, every day. They have theater halls where the theater halls give out the theater halls at a lower price. So the tickets are cheaper. So with that, then you'd much rather go and watch a local production than go and watch something that's come off the ship. So with this new East African community, where is KSG Congo? I mean, a part of that whole thing that they're going to sit and agree is the agenda of pushing the creative economy of the entire bloc. That's the only way that we'll be able to reach those levels. But in terms of quality, we're way up there. We have some of the best actors on the continent. We have some of the most experienced crew on the continent. We have equipment. You understand? We have people who invest in their own craft. So if you're to put them together, I mean, you see all the series that you watch. Kina, 40 Sticks, Kina, you know, they do good quality work. So what is it? It's actually that we need to push. The government needs to come through and help us create an environment for us to thrive. Tax breaks, Nini, you know, the whole works. Everything that will be able to to put out, and we're creative people. The regular Kenyan, thanks to it for 4, is one of the most creative people. Look at the memes that pop up.
Yeah, true.
So it's not that we don't have content. It's not that we don't have talent. It's not that we don't have expertise and equipment. We just don't have goodwill from the guys up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lastly, where can our viewers find you on social media?
Or you can find me at Drew Muthure. That's everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
It was a short interview, but I'm
Yeah.
sure next time we'll do a better one.
No, it's amazing.
When you're on the show, of course, on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll give you guys a shout out.
Please do.
I will.
Please do.
Most definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And happy birthday again.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. Do you want to give do you want to say good night?
All right. Good night. The people. Bye.
This is Friday. Thank you for
This
watching.
is Friday. Thank you for watching Friday
Yes.
on TV47.
The home of.
Exam.
The home of Untold Stories.
Okay, let me do it again.
Please.
Thank you very much for watching TV47. This is Friday, and of course, it's nowhere else apart from the home of Untold Stories. Keep it locked.
Perfect. Good night. I'm